Batman, on my level, you could be the greatest individual in football history.
Listen, we have finally made it. Jadon Sancho can say bye-bye to this Borussia Dortmund shirt. He's now officially a Manchester United player. And how good does that sound? Samuel Lucker said that we've been working on this deal for over 3 years. We wanted Sancho for that long. It seemed like all this time he was Ollie's priority signing. And now he's officially here. He's a Red. So let's talk about what Jadon Sancho adds. Let's look at it straight away. Let's just break it down from the basics. 18-19 season, 33 goal contributions in 43 games. You lot are going to make me cry. We finally got a player that can play on the right, a player that can play on the left. He gets involved. This guy ain't no Dan James. He's one of the best up-and-coming talents in the world, and he's done it for 3 years now. The next season after that, he added 40 goal contributions in 44 games. And this season again, 36 goal contributions in 38 games. And remember, he started the season poorly. People were saying this, Jadon Sancho is just, he's done it for 2 seasons. He can't live up to, he can't build on what he's done. But guess what? Still 36 goal contributions in the league. And he had spells the way he was injured. He had, obviously, the Borussia Dortmund stuff at the start of the season where people were criticizing him and stuff. And he still stepped up. One of the main things I've always been crying out for United this season, a creative winger. We played Paul Pogba there. And don't get me wrong, Paul Pogba's done a brilliant job, but this guy's not a natural winger, is he? He's more of a central player playing out wide. And don't get me wrong, fair play to Paul Pogba, but this is Jadon Sancho. We're talking about a natural creative winger. We're looking at Jadon Sancho in this season. Just look at it straight away. First for passes into the penalty area. First for carries into the final third. How long have Manchester United been needing a creative dribbler in a hole? Paul Pogba, don't get me wrong, he's a decent dribbler, but he doesn't have that explosiveness or that technical ability, the quick feet to play out wide compared to someone like Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho, look at that, second for progressive carries as well. First for nutmegs. He is going to get fans off their seat. And you know who else is up there with nutmegs? Marcus Rashford. And we could see these two on opposite sides. How exciting is that? Following on, more stats from this season. Second most plays dribble past. We've always said it. Someone who can dribble the ball, commit plays towards them. He is going to attract plays towards them. And when you got someone like Jadon Sancho, other players will get space. We've always said it. Aaron Wan-Bissaka down the right-hand side needs help. He's not good enough to take on 3 or 4 players. Jadon Sancho, on the other hand, I'm not saying he's good enough to take on 3 or 4 players, but what he does is attract people. His close control, close dribbling, decision-making for someone so young is insane. And when he's going to attract people, someone like Wan-Bissaka down the right-hand side will get more space. And we know maybe Wan-Bissaka is not the best technically, but he can deliver, well, he should be able to deliver a ball in when there's no one around him. He's a professional footballer. So that's going to massively help. The 1920 season, guess what? He performed again. This is what I'm saying. For someone so young, he's done it in a consistent basis for so many seasons. He's performing. Third most goals. People say, as much as I say he's a creative winger, look at that. 17 goals that season in the league, which is incredible for someone playing out wide. And you know Jadon Sancho, as much as I say he plays out wide, he will drift inside. Especially if he's playing especially because on the right-hand side, because he's a right-foot player, he does like to drift. He does like to create from the inside little half space down the right-hand side. Or if he's playing on the left, he's going to cut in. He will probably score more goals from the left. I actually do think, saying all that, I do think he performs better from the left-hand side. That's one thing I'll say about Jadon Sancho. I've always said this, most modern-day wingers like to play on the inverted wings because he's right-footed. He'll prefer to play on the left, cutting inside. We actually even saw it for England. For England the other day, when he played against, I think it was Romania, his main bit of that game came down from that left-hand side, cutting in. So that's another option, to be fair, for Oli. He has now Rashford, Greenwood, Diallo, Cavani, Martial, all fighting for places, which can only help Manchester United. And when you're looking at someone like Jadon Sancho, as much as we say he's a winger, he has actually played in the number 10 or that second striker role at times for Borussia Dortmund this season. Versatility helps massively. We've seen it with United. We've seen it with Marcus Rashford, for example. Marcus Rashford, where you kind of had to overplay him because of the amount of or the lack of depth, or the lack of good depth, I'll say, because Dan James is not good enough for Manchester United in the nicest possible way. Another thing about Jadon Sancho, this guy's won trophies. People laugh all you want. You're going to say the Nagelsmann stuff, yes. But this guy destroyed Julian Nagelsmann in the final, I'll be honest. He won Borussia Dortmund at DFB Pokal. So straight away, we have a winner. And we've lacked winners in this side. Just look at our team. Nemanja Matic, Juan Mato, they're basically on the last legs and they won stuff. But other than that, Marcus Rashford, they've won trophies here and there. But he's already won a trophy at such a young age, which you have to praise. And obviously, winners help. It helps any club. And he's done it in the Champions League. The goals that he scored against Barca a couple, or it might think 2 years ago. This guy's done it in the Champions League. He's done it in the European stages, which is brilliant. Because if we want to progress as a football club and we want to fight for the top honours, we need someone like Jadon Sancho. One thing I will say about Jadon Sancho, I think this is a misconception that a lot of people have, that Jadon Sancho likes to run in behind kind of thing. Jadon Sancho is not that type of player. He's a player that likes to cut the ball to feet and then take plays on. He's not a typical Marcus Rashford, Kylian Mbappe, where the ball goes in behind and he chases on. He's not that type of player. And another thing about Jadon Sancho, he helps us break down low blocks. How many times have I said it? We are absolutely shocking at breaking down low blocks. Yes, that comes down to Oli, but the better players we have, it helps us. And someone like Bruno Fernandes this year created 20 big chances. The second best was Luke Shaw with 7, which 13 big chances created more for Bruno Fernandes compared to a second best, which isn't the most ideal situation. And when you got someone like Jadon Sancho playing further forward, he will help that. We saw it this year. This year, he created 13 big chances, which was the 4th most in the Bundesliga. And he missed a bit of the season with injury. People have asked, Statman Baines, do you have any fears of this Jadon Sancho signing? Are there any weaknesses? One thing I will say, United's marquee signings haven't really worked out. Harry Maguire, you could argue, hasn't justified the £80 million paid. Paul Pogba, people have had massive question marks up throughout his career at United. Romelu Lukaku, the guy's not even here. I think that just says it all, really. So that's one thing that does concern me. But what I would say to that is, Jadon Sancho, he's English, first of all. He already seems to have a lot of friends like Marcus Rashford. They're all chilling together. So he should settle in quite quickly off the pitch, which obviously will help on the pitch, which is a massive positive. Now let's look at Sancho's average positions. Let's look at his heat maps over the years for Borussia Dortmund. Now you can see the 2021 heat map on screen. You can see, this is why I say he's better off the left. A large proportion of his football has come from the left-hand side this year. Now, saying he hasn't played on the right, but his better football has come from the left for me. His link up with Rafa Guerrero was a massive help. The previous 2 years, you're seeing the 19-20 and the 18-19 season on screen right now. When he has someone like Hakimi linking up with him, you saw a lot better Jadon Sancho, where you can play those quick little 1-2s and stuff. That's why I'm a bit concerned when you have someone like Aaron Wan-Bissaka down his side. Someone like, for example, Diego Dallo, if he's brought in for certain games, will link up a lot better for me with Jadon Sancho. And when I always say he's better from the left-hand side, it's because I think most modern-day wings are more comfortable cutting inside. And when you're playing on the right-hand side and you're a right-foot player, you need someone close to you that can link up play. That when you come inside, because Jadon Sancho loves to come inside, that can hold the whip by himself. Is what Aaron Wan-Bissaka the guy just yet? No. Have we seen an improvement in Wan-Bissaka going forward? The answer is yes. So hopefully he continues to progress for Manchester United. Hopefully we get to challenge for the title. But I'm getting too ahead of myself. Let's see what else the club does. Another thing I'm concerned with a bit about Jadon Sancho, say if we do not sign anyone, Jadon Sancho will play on the right-hand side. He will have Scott McTominay and Wan-Bissaka right next to him. You know Jadon Sancho likes to play those intricate passes with his teammates. Scott McTominay does not have the ability to play that. Wan-Bissaka, in all truth, does not have the ability to play that. And we saw it with England when he played with Ben Godfrey. Not saying Ben Godfrey, obviously Ben Godfrey is not a natural right back, but he's a decent footballer. Down the right-hand side, he did struggle at times, which hopefully we won't see at Manchester United. So I'm going to go with a 15-15 season for Jadon Sancho. 30 goal contributions in all competitions, and I'll be buzzing. So let's see what Jadon Sancho can do for Manchester United. And Jadon Sancho is a red. How good does that feel to say he's my winger, he's your winger? He's our winger. He's a Manchester United player at last. And I'm gassed. You're gassed. We're all gassed. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below how gassed you are, what you think he adds to this United squad, what you don't think he has in his game and needs to be worked on. But thank you very much for watching.